Hey, I'm Tutorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the Louis Vuitton Tambour Horizon watch. This is the smartwatch. In part 1, I unboxed the watch and I put it together, but I didn't really turn it on, or at all really, because I wanted to go through a demo. So here I'm going to show you quickly right before this how I set it up. And then I'm gonna show you a few options that this has. So I'm gonna set my camera to be darker so you can see the OLED display much more clearly. So this is the battery charger, the magnetic one, so I'm just gonna put it on. And I think you actually have to turn it on by tapping on this. So there you go, it's starting up. This is the flower animation while it's loading up. And then here's the Android Wear animation, because this is an Android watch, not a Apple Watch. So I'm going to pick English United States. So this is an opt-in, and you can see the scroll bar is a curve as well as I scroll up and down. This is talking about data privacy. You pretty much have to agree to this, so they're gonna basically use your information. So now it needs me to download Android Wear. Alright, so now this watch is been set up. I'm gonna go through some things you can do with it. So you can swipe down and you kind of get your quick access menu. You have brightness, setting, you can swipe to go back, you can set an alarm, and then you can go directly to settings. It shows you what the battery level is and if it's charging. It's August 12th for this video. And then you can also turn on airplane mode, because this does have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in it. This is called the My Digital Face, and there's two things you could do with the faces. One is if you long press on it, you can customize it. This only has two options. You can set it to the Greenwich Mean Time, or you can swipe to the left to choose other watch faces. These are ones that you've either added or customized. So you can tap the add more to browse all of the other watch faces. So this is my favorite one actually, the 24 hours, which looks like the scale. I think that's the watch's name. So you get all these nautical flags. On the analog watch, they're supposed to be hand painted. And something to know about this watch is because it's a smartwatch that uses battery, it will turn into the power saving mode when you're not really using it. So when you're wearing it on your wrist and your arm is down, you're mostly going to see this or a completely black screen. There's a setting to always at least, I believe, have it on here, but sometimes when it's low power, it'll just turn black altogether. So you can still kind of tell time here with those two arrows, but you have to turn it on or flick your wrist to activate it. With this screen, you can kind of do some other stuff like track your steps. You can locate where you are, and I think it shows you the weather. So these are the options, as I was saying: time zone, steps, and weather. This is the classic tambour style, and this has a few more of those dials. It's a chronometer. This one it has the damier pattern in the background, and you can customize the stripe. I believe you can customize your initials. So if you could personalize it, this round thing is on the bottom are the scroll bars. They have it either on, I believe, the right or the bottom, depending on if you can scroll left to right or bottom to top. So you can choose what canvas you want. So you have all three of the damier. This one's not showing up on camera because it's a very light monogram. You have your classic brown monogram eclipse, which is nice. It's one of the newest additions. And then you can customize the stripe color, or what type of stripe you want, or if it's just your initials. You can also pick the colors you want for the stripes. So if I was tutorial fill, you could do SP. I don't really know what the illusion is. Oh, you can see it on this version. It's the monogram illusion effect. So if you remember the unboxing I did of my monogram illusion bag, the monogram was screen printed on in a glossy finish. So this is what it's showing you. So this mimics a glossy finish, whereas this would be flat canvas. So you can push the crown to go to your menus. It turns it on if it's not on, and then you press it again, it brings up the menu. This is that scroll bar I was talking about earlier. This one appears on the right. You have your settings, agendas like your calendar. You can set an alarm. And then I think it'll just count down. This is just a fancy word for this is a stopwatch. Except it doesn't do milliseconds, it just goes by full seconds. The city guide, I think, links to your phone's app, but right now I don't have it installed, so I don't think it's going to actually load anything. I would assume it's kind of like the Apple Watch, how the maps just support you. So swiping up is how you would look at your notifications. Right now my phone's not connected to it, but this is where you would get your text notifications, your app notifications. You would set this up through the app on your phone, the Android Wear app. So in this exposure, it looks a little bit better because it's not as overexposed. So I'm going to try out this tutorial for the gestures. I'm one of those people who kind of waits till the last minute or waits till I have to move these protective wrappings, which I will do eventually. This being stainless steel and being on the bottom, I know it's going to scratch a lot. So I just wanted to quickly compare this with the Apple Watch. These are both 42 millimeter case size. This is the first generation, the black. I don't really use this much anymore. I mostly purchased it as a platform if I wanted to do any work for it. And I've worn it to travel a few times. I do prefer to wear this when I'm traveling than other than my Rolex. As you know, Apple has all their apps in this layout, whereas the Android one, you would have to press the crown. So that's kind of your settings and all your apps are down here. And then the Apple one just has it in the home screen like this that you can scroll through. Here are all three watches that I sometimes wear. This is the one I usually wear. It's the Rolex Datejust in the Ever Rose Gold with steel and then the diamond markers with the white dial. This one is a 36 millimeter, which I think fits my wrist better, although this 42 can work as well. This is the 42 and this is also 42, but it's a rounded square kind of shape. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I wore this watch in one of my latest photos, and I have a much more close-up of it, so you can check that out. I'll probably do more modeling photos or videos. If they're short, I might just upload them to Instagram instead of YouTube. So that's my video on the Tambour Horizon. This one retails for $24.50. It's the combination with this case with the damier rubber strap. The strap, if you saw my last video, it's listed as $300, which makes this basically the heart of the watch, $21.50. And then they have the canvas version, they have crocodile leather or alligator leather, and I think they have one more. In the case, there's only two options. There's this one, which is the silver stainless steel, or you can get the black PVD coated one, which kind of looks like this, except this is aluminum and this is stainless steel. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.